Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. This is Common Ground on KHTS 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. Time's now 108, 73 degrees. Myself and Jason Downs.
Hello, hello.
I say myself, Bobby Marqueso. They're like, who's yourself?
Bobby Marqueso.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, your mother,
I'm
she
good.
all right?
She is.
Would you tell her I said hi?
You tell, and your mother.
Yeah, she's dead.
I
will tell her. Yeah, thanks, though. Wow.
Yeah. You had a good Mother's Day?
Well, now I'm not. Yeah. I thought I finally got through this one, but
thanks for bringing up such a painful memory.
Yeah. My mother is fine and living in Colorado.
Good. Okay.
So,
good.
We're not even Italian.
Really? What is Marquez? Where's
It's Italian.
Oh. Wait.
Listen, it's a story.
We got.
Do we have time for a story?
Yeah, we have time.
With all the guests we have lined up. I was told all my life Italian, right?
Yeah.
Marqueso.
Yeah.
So, and then my best friend growing up that I met in 8th grade, they're from Buffalo, New York. And so we just gelled. I love New York. I must have been born there at one time, right? In my other life.
Yeah.
And I've just always loved it. So the accent and everything like that. Well, silly me, I went and did one of those
23andMe.
Yes, it's exactly 23andMe. 93% Irish, my friend.
Oh.
There's no Italian. I'm more Native American than I am Italian.
Huh.
And so, I try to call my mom on these things and ask her. I try to ask her, what are we talking? I asked her straight up, right? Not an admission. I'm just saying. So I asked her, and she just kind of shakes her head and then just answer. She's very
Well, you have your father's name, so.
Well, no, my father's name was Frederick, and so which is German.
Okay.
But it was supposed to be on my mom's side, Northern Italy.
His surname was Frederick?
Sicily, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she just keeps pushing it off. She's very evasive these days. Anything I ask about my childhood or anything like, because I have problems. I don't know if you knew this.
How old is she?
I have baggage.
Oh, yeah?
She is 70, 2 or 3 maybe.
Okay,
now.
better get working on that.
I
right?
do. I ask her, and she won't tell me anything. I don't even know if I'm adopted. I may be adopted, and I don't know.
Okay.
Mother's Day sucks.
I think we have a new mission, Patty. And so after you're done looking up Dusty Springfield,
yes,
let's look up Bobby's genealogy here.
After you stop laughing,
so you have
at
her
my pain.
You have her last name, Marqueso, and according to 23andMe, you're 93% Irish and the rest Native American.
No, I'm 0.00007 Native American, right? And
okay.
So the other one is German, Austrian.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
It's kind of crazy.
Okay.
So United Kingdom, but that's all right because that's where that English accent comes in as well. And I can talk like that and say, I'm just talking in the language of my people, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, that's British, right? It's not Irish.
Wow.
I know. This is all about beating up on poor Bobby.
I guess
today.
so. Jeez, what, I'm here to amuse you now? So I was thinking United Kingdom because it's United Kingdom, Ireland.
You're right.
That kind of thing.
You're right.
So no, it wasn't. It wasn't Ireland. It was more English speaking.
So much Irish. Yeah.
What if you'd like? See, I was trying to avoid going there. Anyway, how are you?
I'm okay.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, Mother's Day was lovely. It's not as it used to be. Me and my wife's from Buffalo, by the way. Speaking of.
Oh, really? No, okay.
And we lived in New York many years. That's where we met. New York City. But yeah, it used to be when the kids were smaller. It was our favorite holiday.
Mother's Day,
hands down. Well, Father's Day, Mother's Day.
Gotcha.
It just. It was the one day we got to stay in bed and just everything was taken care of, and we had this tradition where the kids we had a dinner bell kind of thing, and the kids would take it in first thing in the morning to mom or myself, and we would get to ring that bell whenever we needed anything throughout the day. Like we literally didn't have to. It was the best. Now that the kids are older, I have to be honest, they didn't even get her present yesterday, and she was really upset.
Well, sure. There was no flowers or anything like that?
Well, of course, no. I mean, I got, and I took my son to pick out a card.
Yeah.
And I picked out one for my daughter because she was at swim practice, this sort of thing. They're just so busy, blah blah blah. But it used to be they would color a note, they would make it themselves, put stickers on it, whatever it was.
Right.
But now, we took her to a nice dinner, and we got her some nice things. So I took care of all of that.
You acknowledge that she put you here on this earth.
Well, I mean, she wasn't feeling it so much from them. You know, I was celebrating her. I'm a big fan of her mothering skills.
And look how you turned out
to this day.
Not so bad.
Yeah, not so bad. She's still working on me, just like she's working on the kids.
And how old is she? Because I'm just thinking.
My wife, she's
no, no, never mind.
Oh.
So she's working on you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just feel bad. I felt bad because she was kind of, she woke up this morning and was like, I am kind of sad that they didn't get me.
Yeah,
something.
I do remind my kids because they are kids and they forget, right? So I always say something. But they actually were good this year, and they remembered themselves. My daughter had me order something off of Amazon. It was a Wonder Woman barbecue apron.
Oh, nice, cute.
And I thought he was laughing again. I just look over there and I just see this shaking up and down. Like,
Patty,
what is he laughing at now? What's funny about that?
I think he's.
I'm just bouncing.
You're just bouncing. You're a bouncy guy.
I'm just vibing. You know what I mean?
You just vibing and everything.
Yeah.
All right, you keep on vibing. Go get your shine box.
I thought maybe he was listening to Dusty Springfield.
Oh, he might have been. So they were really good. My son, actually made her a card the night before, and so they still did that.
Well, I mean, and this is my question, I guess. Ultimately, is like you just said, I feel like it was really more my fault, that I didn't say, hey, not just a card isn't, enough. Let's each of you, put a little thought and time and effort into this kind of thing. It's a big deal,
Yeah.
And so I felt bad. I mean, I'd gone as far as to make sure that's what I thought. So the answer is, I should feel bad.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All
what
right.
does Dusty over here think?
We'll make up for it.
Do you think he should feel bad?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You should feel bad if you're gonna, if you don't get something for your mom. I mean, don't.
I got
his
wife. I got something for my mom.
We're talking about his wife,
and I got something for my wife. I'm talking
about
where
have you been?
I thought you were still on I thought you were still on your kids not getting.
We've been talking for.
That's exactly
10 minutes
That's exactly what we're talking.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's terrible. I mean,
right?
We got
what I want to know is, should I feel bad for not,
reminding
making them get something? I got they got a card, but they didn't get a gift.
Well, how are they really
12 and 15?
I mean, there's. Yeah.
Do you have kids?
No.
No opinion.
Because my wife was like, they're old enough that they should think of it
they don't.
And want to.
Yeah, it's a slippery
they just
slope.
Don't yet.
No, you're right.
No, I think once you have
what? You have a daughter and a son?
16-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Okay.
And they just don't, because they're just so into their lives right now. I would not expect that until maybe she was 19 or 20, and then it's like you're a grown woman, and now you should be remembering your mom's birthday, Mother's Day, that kind of thing.
That was kind of my response too. It was like, I'm thinking of myself at 12 and 15, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that I was either last minute trying to get that card written and wasn't buying anything, certainly, during those selfish years. Those self-consumed, right?
The teenagers are. You need to remember. So I don't know what people who you're listening out there. Nobody ever calls in, but if you'd like to
encourage it,
we should hook up something on a Facebook or something where they can just type out a response, unless you're driving, of course, and then just be careful when you're doing it. So then just say but do you remind your kids to Happy Mom's Day, or do you think that what age should they just begin to start knowing for themselves?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Call in if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't, we'll just make up the statistic later.
Please do.
Yeah. So what else? What else is going on there?
Are we reminding folks of Michelle Dorsey still? Speaking of moms.
I mean, I would say probably.
Okay,
I
because
just be safe.
Because now a couple weeks ago, Santa Clarita resident Michelle Dorsey was allegedly murdered by her husband. Tragically, she left behind 3 beautiful boys, ages 9, 11, and 13. They're being adopted by Michelle's sister. We're just asking folks to reach out and assist by visiting SantaClaritaCoalition.org. That's SantaClaritaCoalition.org. And we thank you for your support.
That must have been a tough day yesterday.
Yeah.
For that family. Goodness sakes.
Yes.
Oof.
I mean, I can't even begin to imagine.
Prayers go out. We're thinking
9, 11, and 13. Mother's Day. So yes, sending you much love and support. So the palindromes last week, I haven't been able to let go because the palindromes. I don't think you guys, really appreciated.
Did we not acknowledge in the way you wanted us? Did we not react?
No, and I take responsibility because I think I got us off on the wrong foot. The first one that I read was just, bizarre and too much. But
just that first one, or
in my I thought I started off. I should have edited more. You know what I mean? I should have looked at the list before just reading it.
Oh.
And so I want to give you guys another chance to really appreciate this.
Round 2.
You're going to give us another chance. That's how very, egotistical of you. Go ahead. Magnanimous.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm just being generous and
you really are.
Here. Yeah,
I'm floored by the generosity right now. Holy smokes. Well, thank you, Jason. Please.
I just think they're interesting and
brilliant,
fun.
and you think everybody else should just think they're amazing as well. But when you start,
yeah, kinda, yeah, that's
all right. That's all right. Goodness
sakes. So again, a palindrome is a word, a phrase, a verse, or a sentence that reads the same backward and forward. And coincidentally, there's only one word in the English language, if you use all capitals, that is the same forwards, backwards, and upside down. See if you can guess that one while we're thinking about it. All right.
It still would be Bob. Would it not?
It would not.
Because picture it coming upside down.
Because then the B's would be backwards,
like D's,
correct?
Would they be?
Yeah.
I don't know, not the way I'm flipping it. Oh, upside down?
Yes.
Oh, I was vertical, turning it over.
It's the word. It's the word noon written in all capitals. Noon is the same forwards, backwards, and upside down.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
Did you get that?
That's all I'm asking for.
Did you see what I did there?
Just give me a few wows.
Palindrome.
So
I don't know if you got that or not.
So this is one.
Okay.
Never, odd, or even is a palindrome. Never, odd, or even. No.
Okay. No, are
you working it out in your mind?
Yeah, I have to.
A man, a plan, a canal, Panama.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, right?
Again.
I mean, I find this pretty amazing. No?
It is amazing. Thank you for our second chance. It bothered me last week when I was driving home. I'm like, damn it, I blew it. I wish he would bring them up again so I could have another chance.
Okay, I see, and I picked up on that. I'm so in.
We're very close now.
Yeah, we're so in tune.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's one. Yo, banana boy.
Yo, banana boy?
Yeah.
Yo, hey, banana boy.
No, the palindrome.
And so I could say that backwards?
Yes, exactly.
And still say,
yo, banana boy.
Boy, nearby boy.
Hey, it's also Bono's birthday. Are you a YouTube
Bono.
fan?
I'm looking at every word now and trying to think if it's Bono. Oh, knob. No, that doesn't work out.
Not a palindrome.
I like him. You too?
Yeah. Yeah, the front runner of you
see what I did there?
I did.
That's two of them during his little palindrome session.
I mean, yeah. So May 10, he was born 1960. I mean, U2 was one of my favorite bands for a while there.
Yeah.
No, not you.
No.
No.
Not a huge fan. we were thinking about as we got married, and we're walking down, the aisle after the marriage, right? And we're leaving
As
the
man and
church
wife
to
for the-
play. I'm still not found what I'm looking for. We thought about that, just
as
as
a
a joke, and we ended up not doing that.
So that's
would
as
have
close
upset a
as
lot
you
of
ever got to.
That's as close I
to
ever went.
using-
Wow, I like you too. Yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
So when did you graduate high school?
Ooh, wow, now we're reaching 83.
83. Okay, so that's when they had Album of the Year, 83.
Right.
With Joshua Tree. I feel like
Sure.
it was right around there.
No, I was going to say
What
that.
were you listening to? Do you remember what you were
What is
listening
this,
to?
True Confessions?
This is not intimate stuff here.
Well, no, but when you say it, okay.
I'm trying to butter you up because you said you had a
childhood that
yeah. So I'm trying
apparently
to.
I did.
I'm trying to just soft entry here. I'm trying.
I don't even know who I am anymore. I was listening to Air Supply and
okay.
and Olivia Newton-John
Okay.
and Helen Reddy.
Love Helen Reddy.
Yeah. And then after a couple of years like that, it was Neil Diamond.
Okay.
So,
Love Neil Diamond. I feel like all that was before.
Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was
but
listening
83 was Michael Jackson and Prince.
I liked Michael Jackson. Wham, I listened to a good Wham.
Sure. Yeah.
And sure, Michael Jackson was. I bought his CD at that time. Yeah.
Tape, but yes.
No, actually, because we. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, still tape. Oof.
Right. Definitely still tape.
Holy smokes! Yeah, it was definitely still tape.
I mean, I feel like CDs were 10 years later.
Yeah, that wasn't until '86 or so. And my first CD that I purchased to listen to on my brand new boombox, the very first song I ever listened to on CD was "In the Air Tonight," Phil Collins. Oh, it was amazing.
That is a great
The
song.
clarity and not the scratchiness of the record.
That's a great song to listen to for the first time.
Yeah. Sorry. So
Headphones.
why don't we take you want to take a quick break? And then
Sure.
We'll come
Yeah.
back and
hey, stay with us because we got Matt Denny here with us today. Taxes are due in what is exactly 1 week, I think, right now that they've extended. So look, we're here on common ground, a place where we can all agree on the important stuff. Like the fact that nobody likes doing their taxes and nobody likes paying them. except for our expert accountant here joining us today, Mr. Matt Denny. So stay with us right here on KHTS FM 98.1.
Your business sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon or call 298-9442.
There is only one language spoken at Thai Dish, and it sounds something like this.
this is great.
Once people get a taste of Thai dishes, there's really no reason to do any more talking. Make it full of flavor, make it delicious, only at Thai Dishes. Enjoy the atmosphere, love the food. Thai Dishes on Valencia Boulevard for free delivery, 253 Food. That's 253 FOOD.
Hometown.
Traffic report, simple news, weather, and lots of music. They pretty much play everything.
Your hometown station.
And welcome back, everybody, to Common Ground 98.1 FM, 1220 AM on KHTS. It's 127, 70 degrees outside. And Matt Denny is on the phone. Matt, what do you think of palindromes and Jason's little? I don't know if you were listening ahead. Do you even care to bother to listen when you're not on the show?
I wasn't listening because it's a little busy around here, but
please, what are you doing?
Generally, I think that palindromes, as long as they don't cause weight gain, are just fine.
That's the perfect
no
answer.
Idea what you're talking about?
Yes.
Well, what do you think of this one, Matt? I mean, there are some pretty amazing ones. Like, I never realized that they could be entire sentences.
Oh, here we go.
Did you realize that?
No, I did not.
Okay, so here is a palindrome. Check this out, Matt. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are we not drawn onward, we few, drawn onward to new era?
My God.
That is a palindrome. That
You're a palindrome.
Yes.
Okay. Come here. Walk towards me and then turn
I
around
think
and walk
that's-
the other
I
way
think-
and let me see if you do it the same.
I think that's pretty amazing.
How are you, Matt?
How are you, Matt?
I'm well. And you?
Fine.
Matt-
You know, you make things less taxing for us, but what about you? I'm sure there's a little stress been going on.
Oh, I haven't paid taxes in years. I'm kidding, by the way. No.
The views expressed here are not necessarily the same views.
No, really. No, I do the same thing for myself that I do for my customers. So, I take advantage of every legal way to minimize my tax.
Yeah.
And I would expect most people would tell us that. I've seen exceptions, actually, but that was a while back.
But still, it's a rough time, huh? This time of year, especially, I would guess.
Well, this year has been pretty rough because they changed the tax laws in the middle of March. And then the governor finally signed the CPP bill for businesses about, a week ago. And so it's made us delay quite a few tax returns because there's no point in filing them if you're just going to have to turn right around and amend. We're going to have to amend a few as it is because of the unemployment issue. But supposedly most of those will be taken care of by the computers when they get them.
Hey, Matt. We have a really bad connection. Is there? Do you want to maybe call back in? I can text you the number. But I really want to hear what you're saying. And
Is this any better?
Oh my gosh.
yes, much. Thank you.
Day and night, now that you took your mask off.
Yes, I'm not going to wear the mask anymore, in spite of what Mr. Fauci says, or Dr. Fauci.
All right. So what's what are your bits of advice? Your tips here the last week. What should we be? I mean, I know I've been putting it off.
You still haven't done them?
No, I haven't.
Holy smokes. Okay.
I have my appointment with Matt on Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, because he's got, nobody else.
Wait a minute, that's tomorrow.
Oof.
My appointment with Matt tomorrow. I don't even know if Matt knows this, but I do.
Well, I found that out this morning. But if we're going to do something, we'll probably file an extension. But one thing that's really important is to make sure that, and this is for all your listeners as well, if you're going to owe any money or you think you're going to owe any money to either the feds or the state, make sure you pay it in by Monday. Have it postmarked by Monday at the very least, or pay it online, telling their computer systems that it's for 2020. Because if you pay it after May 17th, then there are late payment penalties and interest that accrue. And
Gotcha.
We don't want that. It's not necessarily a terribly huge amount of money, but it's a good idea to have it paid in. And then if it turns out that you didn't owe as much as you thought, when the return gets finished, then you'll get a refund, or you can apply it to the next year's taxes.
Okay, so how reliable is that? Because I understand, the benefit of filing an extension, but if I still have to pay by next Monday, before perhaps knowing how much, this, that, whatever, then I'm basically trusting the government to send that back, or the IRS to send it back to me eventually when they get around to it. So
right. Well, what will happen is we'll just indicate on the tax return that you had paid this much in with your extension, and they'll treat it like all the rest of the money you sent them during the year, and we'll refund any difference just like they would with withheld taxes.
okay.
I have, you say trust them. It's one thing that they're very good at, and that is keeping track of how much money you've paid them and how much money you owe them. So it's very unlikely that you wouldn't get credit for it.
But Matt will sign you a note. He'll leave a sticky note that says "Love, Matt," and then they'll pay attention to it.
Okay.
Yeah, worry not.
Worry not. So let me ask you. I mean, as Bobby pointed out, this is your one of your busiest times of year. Do you enjoy what you do? I mean, do you love numbers and love the whole system and your ability to help people where you can, et cetera? I mean, do you?
Well, yeah. My personal belief is that we're here on Earth to love one another, and part of that is to help one another when we need help.
Amen, brother.
And I just happen to have the privilege of being able to help people in their relationship with the government and get paid for it. So yeah, I really like it. You may have detected that I'm not a huge fan of giant government bureaucracies, and
I think I've noticed that a couple of times.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you.
it's subtle, but
It is.
so you don't want to. I don't want people to feed the beast any more than the beast requires itself to be fed. And there are a lot of folks who pay too much in taxes, and I get to help my clients to avoid that in a legal way that they can feel good about and confident about, and I can feel proud of having helped them. So,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. And
however, there's some pressure that happens, like folks coming in, 5 days before the next deadline.
You're referring to me now? Yep.
No.
I'm just kidding.
That's how I took that.
But sometimes folks get nervous or a little bit stressed, and that can stress me. But one of the things that we aspire to is to make sure that nobody gets in trouble because of something that we've done. In fact, if someone were to have their return filed late and it's our fault, we would pay the penalties. So that's kind of our way of motivating ourselves to make sure we get stuff done on time and accurately. So
I ask because I know you to be someone who works more than most of the people that I know, and I mean, we're all hard workers and we all do our thing, but I mean, I know how busy you are, and not even just during this part of the year. So anyhow, I was just checking up on you. Just want to
very blessed to have lots of work. There's plenty of people who don't have lots of work, and I'm one of the lucky ones that does. So.
And it's a family affair. Your sister works with you. She is so lovely.
She looks like my sister, but she's my mother. Actually, my partner.
Really?
You are such a suck up. Jason Downs.
I try.
My mom and dad started the firm back in '85, and one of my brothers is a CPA and worked with the firm for a while. And I came back about 25 years ago. And so it is a bit of a family affair.
She must be very proud. All right. Well, any last golden bits of advice?
Well, yeah. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, make sure at the very least that you get an extension filed by Monday. And then that gives you until October 15th to file the actual return. And it will take a little stress off of you. I have a lot of people that just sort of ignore the whole issue of taxes that I've run into over the years. So I'll have to do 5 years of back taxes for somebody because they want to get a mortgage and suddenly discover that you're supposed to file tax returns. And there's so much stress in their life just because of that, because they don't know whether they owe or they don't know whether they're in trouble or anything like that. So go ahead and get the extension done, and then don't let these fairly simple issues in your life stress you out. If you haven't filed, get started, get some help. We can help you out.
We're talking to Matt Denny of Denny Company LLP, certified public accountants, and one of our sponsors on this show, and a good friend. Look, Denny Company make your life less taxing, especially during this stressful time of year. So check out DennyLLP.com and speak with Matt as soon as possible.
Yeah.
He's here to help you. 661-286-8860. I can vouch personally that he's not scary at all, and he makes the whole process less scary. So Matt, thank you so much for doing what you do, the way that you do it, with love and with helping others in mind. I think that's rare in an accountant, wouldn't you say?
I don't think I've known enough accountants to validate that.
Okay.
I only know Matt, and he has set the bar very, very high. So
Yes.
anyone that I meet from now on, including his sister / mother, apparently that you're trying to, oh my God, I could have sworn you were his sister. Jeez, that is the oldest line,
I was hoping
man.
she was listening. I'm not shy
You
about.
disgust me.
Anyway, Matt, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for my
Thank
appointment.
you, and looking forward to it too. Take care, guys.
All
Take care.
right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Thank you.
We're going to be right back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So you want to take us out? Take us out, brother.
take us out, brother.
We'll be right back. This is Common Ground, KHTS 98.1, 1220 AM. And Jason has stepped out for a moment, but we're going to be back.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com.
The Oasis Treatment at the Ivy Day Spa begins with a gentle exfoliation, then rinsed away in warm showers. You're painted with a soothing aloe vera, shea butter, and coconut oil body mask. Then travel through the warm Hydro Cave chambers. The relaxation chamber completes your Oasis body moisturizing treatment with a pH balancing mist and a warm cup of tea. Feel refreshed, hydrated, and relaxed. Pamper yourself. The Ivy Day Spa, Town Center Drive.
I listen to it all day, every day.
Hometown, your hometown station.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 98.1 FM and 1220 AM KHTS with Common Ground and Bobby Marqueso, Jason Downs. Do you know that when I came to the radio station, I have never seen Patty, our engineer here, never seen him stand up. I've never been side to side with him, ever. He's always sitting down, right? Rightfully so.
True.
I walked in. Here comes this wall of a man. If I had known, I don't think I would have said half the stuff I ever said to him.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
He's a very big guy.
And I'm not talking rotund or nothing. I'm just talking a piece of big brick house that, you know, probably like those cartoon punches with the fist and just straight down on top of my head like a tent pole. He could have...
Built like a linebacker, sting like a bee.
Well, now I'm not scared of you.
Okay. I was about to say, give it a second.
No, he's a big guy. So I just like to apologize for anything I've ever said and all I ever will say. If I could just blanket that right now.
Fezzik. We'll call you Fezzik.
Fezzik. He is the Root Squad.
I didn't mean to jog him so hard.
That's the punch I was talking about.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I didn't mean to jog him so hard. Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. Nice.
All right. So, true or false, Patty?
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln had no middle name.
I'm going to say that is true.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I'm like I've never heard it before.
Just because you never heard it doesn't mean.
This is true, but I'm like, no, I'll take the gut with that. Gut feeling.
Though.
Germany drinks the most beer in the world per person. True or false?
If it's beer, I'm gonna say true.
I've seen some pretty good drinking in my time, and in other countries.
Irish too. The Irish probably too.
Listen, when I was in Sofia, Bulgaria, holy snikes.
Okay, well, you're close there because it's actually the Czech Republic that drinks the most beer.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Per capita.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I don't drink myself.
Nor do I.
No.
That's interesting.
I do cocaine. I just don't.
Sure, do everything else. But
I will not drink. No, sir.
That's where I draw the line. But that's unusual. I mean, how did that develop for you?
My parents were kind of heavy alcoholics. Again, I carry a lot of baggage. And so
I'm trying to gently ease into this.
They
baggage,
were
rifle through it a little.
So they, just we're kind of heavy alcoholics, and so I was always turned off. And then I got into martial arts when I was about 20, and that kind of kept me on the straight and narrow. One time I got drunk when I was 19 at a party. They were setting me up with kamikaze shots, I guess. Gave me like 8 of them.
Whoa.
Was on the couch, of course, didn't feel it, and it was the classic stand up and whoa. And then I passed out and then threw up all night. That was my drunk experience. I'm like, why do people do this?
Right,
So
it's lucky you didn't get blood, alcohol poisoning from that.
Could have happened. They all just, it's so funny. Look at him. But yeah, no, I never, and I don't do drugs either. I've never, and I don't smoke. Gosh,
I mean,
what do I do?
I feel like that's one more sort of interesting thing that we have in common because you don't come across that very often, where
I don't think so. Where at least people.
I mean, my parents were very religious, but had come from a lot of alcoholism in their family. They're Irish immigrants.
My family
who hooked up with Cherokee women out in Oklahoma, right? So both have not the best track record with alcoholism.
Yeah, it's weird.
And so.
But some of the safer. Is there a safer drug? I've never wanted to because I'm kind of an addictive personality. So I've never. I just didn't want to
take the chance.
But now that I'm older, I trust myself now, and I would probably smoke or I would never do cocaine or anything. Not the real heavy. That's just stupid. But I'm open now to trying something. So I have a circle of friends that say they want to get me drunk one night. Just to see, am I the quiet one or am I the fun one?
Right.
Fun Bobby. So I told them they could, and because I'm not worried. I'm not scared.
Are you saving it for like a 50th birthday kind of thing?
Not really.
Just some night when you.
Yeah, just whenever everybody wants to be there. Right. They get mad if I say I'm going to go get drunk tonight, and they're like, "Not without us. You're not.
You're selling tickets.
We need to say that.
Sign me up for
they already have several people who's like, "Oh, I got to see that." So, yeah.
Yeah,
interesting.
That's interesting because I have the same thing where people are like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Italy. We're gonna get you drunk on some really fine wine, something like that."
My friends didn't offer to take me to Italy and get me drunk. Maybe I should make that part of the deal.
There you go.
That's funny.
I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I often hear the same thing. That's funny.
Crazy.
So on this day, as you know, I like to do on this day, May 10, 1869. The Union Pacific and the Central Pacific Railroads met in Utah.
Nice.
Where they drove the ceremonial last spike in a rail that connected the railroads from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. That happened today in 1869.
Wow.
The Transcontinental Railroad.
Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, interesting stuff because there's so many people that worked on that railroad.
So many people that died.
So many people that died making that railroad.
Yeah.
Including people that weren't working on the railroad, like the Native Americans.
Right.
Just incredible that, talk about mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Depending on which side you're on.
Yeah.
And because infamously, obviously, so many Chinese worked on the
Right.
railroad for less pay and worse treatment and but contributed so much to the quote unquote progress of this country.
Right.
So anyhow,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
interesting bit of history there. In 1865, the Confederate president, this is just a few years earlier, so actually the very next year after the Civil War ended was when Congress gave these railroads permission to basically take off.
Yeah.
They gave them free reign to go ahead and put that rail across the country.
Yeah. Do you know where that do you know where that spot is where they drove in the last spike?
Promontory.
Where's that at?
Utah.
In Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's still open or something. Like you could go to it and see it.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be really cool.
I think it may have been a gold spike, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I'd heard that as well.
Yeah. But, I mean, you're talking harsh winters. I mean, the
gosh.
heat and the you know what I mean? Like,
I can't step out of my front door without going, get inside.
Okay, so a few years earlier, Confederate President Jefferson Davis was captured by Union forces on this day, 1865. 1994.
Big jump.
Nelson Mandela. First black president. South Africa.
Nice.
After spending 27 years of his life as a political prisoner. Another amazing story. 1980. Jumping around here. Government gives, I'm sure you remember this, the government gives Chrysler $1.5 billion in a loan.
Oof. Why would I know this?
Well, I mean, it was kind of big.
Everybody remembers where they were
it was
at.
big news when Lee
what
Iacocca, was bankrupt basically,
big
and they
news to
bailed
me
him
was
out.
when Karen Carpenter died. That was big news. I was sitting in the
was
parking lot of
terrible.
my high school.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
I love the Carpenters too. See, that's what I mean. Like
See?
we
We're
have
we are
such
so
similar
I think we do.
taste as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And do you like
it
pizza?
really is. I said this the first time Bobby and I had a long conversation. I was like,
Like we'd been talking
are
forever.
we the same person?
Yeah.
Maybe we might be the same person.
Do you like pizza?
I love pizza.
Oh my God, so do I. Okay, now you're just messing with me.
That's an easy one though. Is pizza better than pasta?
I think so, but I don't eat pasta really.
Interesting. Okay. I guess I would say so too.
Oh, come on.
No, I would.
No, you're
now that
stacking the deck now.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm saying, yeah, I think pizza wins.
Wow, we are just kismet, my
Although I don't know. I mean, if you have some fresh pasta in Florence,
ravioli,
like
I would eat pasta in Florence.
Oh man, I mean, it's.
Is there a
Or
good
you-
Italian restaurant around here? Let's give
There
one of our
is.
locals a plug.
No, there is, and actually they're on Restaurant Row, and I went there the first time because they offer amazing discounts here to Piccolo Trattoria.
I've heard
Piccolo
of them.
Trattoria.
Isn't it Trattoria?
Yes, thank you, Trattoria. Yes, not Trattoria.
Right. My non-Italian side, apparently. I
It's
learned
in
all
there.
this Italian
it's
for
in
nothing.
there somewhere. Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
Italian for most of your life. You only
Piccolo
just found out.
Trattoria.
Piccola
Piccola
Trattoria.
Trattoria. See.
Piccola Trattoria.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just
it was
spit in the microphone.
Fantastic.
Really good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend that.
Absolutely.
And go, ask Lori here. to
Yeah.
give you a,
I think.
give you one of those special Restaurant Row
Hook me up.
deals.
Nice.
Yeah. So apparently, the government bailed out Chrysler because they were just such a big deal at the time. But we're going to move on from that because it wasn't a big deal to us.
No.
At the time. Okay, 1940, on this day, Winston Churchill became the Prime Minister of Britain.
Okay.
1940, just in time to, take care of us during the Second World War. Okay, here's one. On this day, 1877, Rutherford B. Hayes made the first phone call on the first phone installed in the White House.
And what were
1877.
Who did he call, and what were his first
I
words?
Unfortunately, that's not here.
So you didn't really research that one out. Then?
I didn't.
Oh, here's a fact. And then you just kind of
just leave you hanging
wrote
there.
it down, and that was it.
Okay, Patty, will you look that up after Dusty Springfield?
Yes.
What were Rutherford B. Hayes' first words on the phone, and who was the phone call to? 1996, 8 climbers on this day died on Mount Everest, right? And this is what they, wrote the book about. John Krakauer wrote the book about Into Thin Air. Worst loss on that mountain in a single day. 8.
How many?
8 climbers.
Goodness sakes.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this year, I feel like I saw a staggering photo that kind of, went viral or something of that long line leading to the peak of Everest. Where what in the world are? I mean, that was like.
I can't understand that.
Can't understand that. I cannot understand that. What? First of all, what real pleasure?
Yeah.
Are you getting standing in that line? And it may move, just a few inches, and then you got to go back down.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. You're standing in that line.
And it didn't look like there was room for somebody to walk back past.
That's what I thought, too.
It's just going
how
up.
Are they getting back down?
How are you getting
down? Or
down?
do they all just about face and walk
I
back down?
I would wear a parachute, and then I would just go down the other side.
Ooh, one of those flying squirrel parachutes where you can, jump off and
How cool would that be? And I'll tell you why I wouldn't do that. I was at Universal Studios with the parachute. You know how they have an indoor,
that
big blower,
I did that
and
once
it blows
too.
you up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Flopped around like a fish out of water. I did. I could not get it.
But it's practice. I mean,
well, I would have to do it a couple times.
Yeah.
My girl, who was 6 at the time, no problem. Of course, she adapted very well. Me, flopped around. I kept hitting my back because I kept turning over, and then I would get slammed down to the floor.
Oh,
so
gotcha,
it just didn't work out for me. So maybe not a flying squirrel suit. For me,
those look so amazing though.
That would just be. That's about as close as you can get, I would think, to flying without any other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if you've got a minicopter or.
Right.
Even a hang glider.
Without any mechanical device.
Exactly.
You are flying for, and those last for.
Yeah.
Some of those videos, it seems like it goes on for 5-10 minutes. You're just flying before you.
Yeah. Does it ever, when you hear about those kinds of things, do you ever think back to the first person who ever did that and said, I'm going to give this a shot? Right?
I mean, I think about that all the time.
And then how many afterwards?
Right.
We're like, I'm going to give this a shot too. And then.
There's been so many of those kinds of things, though, over the course of human history.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was talking about this with my daughter about how imagine the first person who got to crack open a watermelon. You know what I mean? And just how amazing. But we researched it.
Yeah.
And came to find out that initially, because watermelon is the most genetically modified food on the planet, it turns out. This prompted us to Google. And apparently the first watermelon was poisonous, like deadly poisonous.
Oof.
So whoever tried that obviously died, unfortunately. In my mind, I was thinking, my goodness, can you imagine on a hot day opening up this weird looking,
Okay, just to clarify, you don't do drugs, right?
I don't.
You just had a lot of enthusiasm there.
Okay.
For
well,
watermelon's
one of my favorite foods.
It's so beautiful, man. Look
Can you imagine that sweet?
I know
it. Anyway.
I wonder all the time about first things discovered and who thought it was a good idea to eat this. And
because you were rolling the dice,
right? And the first person that made the shampoo bottle put on there, not for consumption. The only reason.
We've got to put this on here now.
That's the only reason they put it on there is because somebody did it.
That's right. That's so true.
Atlanta.
Hey, Patty, did you find anything out for us?
I mean, the only thing I could find with the Rutherford B. Hayes was "Come here, Mr. Watson." I think was
that's
Alexander
for Rutherford. That's Graham Bell.
Yeah,
and he was calling Watson and said, "Come here, please."
Yeah, that's
in that accent.
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing I could find. But I don't think
you can find anything.
That's the only thing I could find.
Why are you here?
You didn't give me enough time.
It's the internet. Google loads in like 3 seconds.
Here for his research.
It did load, but it was giving me other articles.
Not here for his research.
How much longer do we have?
We have 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
I can't do it in that time.
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay. All right. Well, then, hey, look, this month, Ralph Waldo Emerson and Walt Whitman were born. So you're going to have to forgive me. Next week, I'm going to read a little something from them.
No, are you?
Yeah, because
I'm kidding.
Love these guys.
Of course.
Of course.
No.
So we'll look forward to chatting with you next week as well.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to our wonderful sponsors like the law offices of Lou Espin. When experience counts, count on experience at espinlaw.com. 35 years serving this area. Please reach out to Lou today to schedule a consultation at espinlaw.com or 661-254-5050. And, of course, I want to thank the amazing staff here at KHTS, the owners, Jerry and Carl, our fantastic engineer, Patty Swiek, and, of course, my good man, Bobby Marqueso.
Thank you.
A pleasure to have you here on Common Ground, where we can always agree on the important stuff. I'm Jason Downs, and you're listening to KHTS. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and stay optimistic.